Amazon, our first critical thinking activity, and it's fabulous. It's huge. It's gargantuan, and it's 26 years old. Oh my gosh, it's on the planet Earth, and we're looking at a company that is 26 years old, yet dominates so many different areas. We're going to explore what makes it tick on the inside. 25 years ago, it started out in a garage of Jeff and Mackenzie Bezos, and now it's a mega corporation that dominates many areas of our economy. We're going to sit down and I'm going to create groups, typically 3, maybe 4 people per group. And what's going to happen is you'll have your names in one of the 7 topics that'll be there underneath people. So on the left-hand side of your Canvas sheet, click on people, you'll find out your group. And your group topic will be there along with the names of the other people in your group. On the right-hand side, you'll see 3 dots, one over the other. And when you click on those 3 dots, it's called your home page for your group. And you'll be able to sit down and find out the names of the people in your group. You can email them right from there and communicate from the aspect of it. And in that process, talk to each other and respond to each other within 3 days. If your group is not responding, you drop me an email and I will help get things going. Sometimes in classes like this, where it's all online, catching things, sometimes people don't pay attention to what's going on. I'll assist with that process. Get together, talk to each other, exchange your email addresses through the group homepage, talk to each other and develop your paper, because this will be a paper by the time you're all done. Create a unique name for your group. Have fun with this. This is a college exercise, but I want this to be a fun project because I think exploring what makes a giant organization tick is a lot of excitement. Prepare a college paper, a written paper, 3 to 5 pages long. Now, by the way, the 3 to 5 pages is about content. I expect you also to have a cover sheet and a reference sheet. The cover sheet does not count, nor the reference sheet as one of the 3 to 5 pages. They're separate. Cover sheet, put the name of the class, Management 1. Put your professor's name, that's me. Okay, put your names on it to make certain I can give you all the appropriate grade. That seems to make sense, doesn't it? Okay, and then also on the reference page, a minimum of 3 references. You can use APA format, MLS format for the paper, have good structure, make certain your paragraphs have a topic sentence and have good formatting. So make certain you have all that by the time you're all done. You can use 3 references other than the textbooks, no footnotes again. By the time you're done, all members of the team have to participate in the writing. At the end, a week later, I'll be looking for a peer evaluation. Your peer evaluation means that your other 2 members will turn in an anonymous peer evaluation to me. And if you've been a slacker and they tell me about it, I'm going to investigate that. And that could have a big impact on your grade. So pay attention, because I read those very carefully. And if I find somebody hasn't done their role, they've been slacking off, relying on somebody else to submit their work and taking credit for it, I will deal with it accordingly in class. It's always recommended on a paper like this that one person be the final editor of the topic. So what that means is they read the paper once everything's all submitted, and they make certain it sounds like that one person wrote it. You'd be surprised as to how much better that makes it. We're dealing with this exercise on 2 bases. Number one, it's a class requirement, and yes, it's about academics. The other part is it's about how to learn together to work as a team in an online environment. That's a tough cookie, but you know what? You're up to it. You're an IBC student. When you roll out of our class with an associate degree, when you graduated out of IBC, I want you to have that online team skill, which is critical in the world of business. And no matter where you're at, you'll be touching business no matter what you do. So be prepared to describe your issues if necessary, and submit everything on Canvas. Do not email them to me. It's supposed to go on Canvas. Here's the 7 different topics. Amazon delivery. Once upon a time, a lot of you don't remember this, but once upon a time, you would order something, and the standard response was, you'll receive that package in 10 days or 2 weeks, or maybe next year. That kind of was the attitude. Amazon, they changed everything. Amazon Prime, you typically get it the next day, sometimes the same day, and they're pushing, trying to get it to you in an hour. They're like, oh my gosh, they've changed everything, and our expectations now have risen. Your package is now being picked by Herbie, and Herbie is walking down the aisle right now. Herbie has now picked your package. You get these constant email streams. Herbie has now labeled the package and it's in the truck. He placed it on shelf number 374. And then the truck is rolling down the street. The package has been delivered. We actually now expect those kind of messages from everybody because of Amazon. They changed how we do business, how we as customers have it now an expectation that's totally different than it was before Amazon. Amazon Ethics, they've been partnering with third-party vendors, and when they partner with them, sometimes miraculously, Amazon comes out with exactly the same product, except their name and their profit comes from their product, and the other company, they start losing market share. Gee, do you think there could be an issue? It's so big that Congress, of all things, is taking action on it. Not that I expect the politicians to do much, except this time they're pretty serious about it. So we'll see what happens with that. Frankly, it's a big deal because Amazon's been sued multiple times over this single issue, and Congress is now taking action. Explore this one. Amazon planned New York City location. They went out for bids of all things, asking cities to bid for their second world headquarters because they wanted to bring in 25,000 jobs at a high level, paying about 150,000 or more per year into the city and move a headquarters. One of the locations was Northern Virginia and the other was New York City. They wanted to bring in all these jobs, except New York City didn't want them. They had people, all the politicians came out of work saying, no, 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 don't bring those jobs over here. Heaven forbid you help our neighborhoods and bring all this money to our area. I don't think they quite said it that way, but that's what they ended up saying. And Amazon says, okay, we're out of here, and went to Northern Virginia. It's an interesting discussion as to how Amazon, one of the best planning companies on planet Earth, missed this one in the aspect of, okay, it didn't work out the way we planned, let's pull back. And the city was a bit shocked in the process. Amazon went from a bookstore in the garage, and by the way, the whole planning for the bookstore, it was a matter of Jeff and Mackenzie went to a book selling conference. That's all the training they had before they exploded. They went from this garage thing 3 months later into a warehouse, and now boom, they're in 40 different subsidiaries, and it expands. It's incredible. Pick 3 companies and see how they've grown underneath Amazon's takeover process they go through. The third-party delivery of Amazon, there's 4,000 items deemed by federal agencies to be unsafe or banned for sale. It took a Wall Street Journal reporter tracking this down, not Amazon. The Wall Street Journal did it. And as soon as they did, Amazon says, oh, geez, we're going to send them all emails. The response was not necessarily all that aggressive. And by the time they were done, they were checked back 3 months later, and 1,800 of the products were still there. Some of them were coming back underneath a different brand name or different company. So check this out. What is Amazon doing? Is it enough to protect the consumers of the United States from these third parties who really are having items that are deemed unsafe or banned? Impact on retail stores, we call this the Amazon effect. When you say that word, you have to have a deep voice as much as you possibly can. The Amazon effect, because it really has affected a massive number of businesses across the entire United States. There's another industry that was spawned from this aspect of it. It's called liquidators. Literally, liquidators have had a hard time in the last 4 years keeping up with the number of retail stores that have gone belly up because of Amazon coming in and stealing their lunch in the process. Amazon comes in with their online thing, they get into that market, and the retail company can't keep up because it's online versus brick and mortar, and Amazon's been winning nonstop. They filed bankruptcy. It's changed how we do business. A few have survived and found a way to do it and actually become stronger in the process. See what Amazon's done on the retail store. Amazon's future, they've done some different things. They really have. They set aside $700 million to retrain employees. If you're an Amazon employee for 1 year with good evaluations, they'll even give you a loan and be able to let you start your own company driving one of their vans for delivery. Pretty good. On top of that, Jeff Bezos just retired and he's going to sit there, stay on the board, but he's not going to be in day-to-day operations. What a total change a world's going to be. So you get to describe that. Here's how we grade the presentation. I'm looking at a paper, cover sheet, 3 to 5 pages, a reference sheet. This should be clear as to how it's being said. The evaluation of other group members is going to count towards the grade. Did you address the charge of the topic areas you go through? Did you all participate as a group? And then how much references did you have in the process? So once again, you'll be assigned a topic. You can find your group on Canvas under people. There'll be 3, maybe a couple of 4s in the process there. And then go to your group's homepage and exchange email addresses. If you have any problems communicating with your group after 3 days, wait for 3 days to be over. On the 4th day, email me and I'll assist in making certain you all communicate to each other. This is an important project as you get through. Remember, peer evaluations count for 25% of your grade. This will be a great topic. Amazon, a global powerhouse, and it's 26 years old. Pretty cool. Take care.